Numbers, chapter 1. And the Lord spoke unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tent of meeting, on the first day of the 2nd month, in the 2nd year, after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take you the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of their names, every male, by their polls. From 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel, you shall number them by their hosts, even you and Aaron. And with you there shall be a man of every tribe, every one head of his father's house. And these are the names of the men that shall stand with you: of Reuben, Eliezer, the son of Shadir; of Shimeon, Shelemiel; of the son of Zeru, Shaddai; of Judah, Nachshon, the son of Aminadab; of Issachar, Nethanel, the son of Zuar; of Zebulun, Eliab, the son of Helon; of the children of Joseph; of Ephraim, Elishama, the son of Ammihud; of Manasseh, Gamaliel, the son of Pedachzur; of Benjamin, Abidan, the son of Gideoni; of Dan, Ahi-Ezer, the son of Ammishaddai; of Asher, Pagiel, the son of Okran; of Gad, Eliasaph, the son of Deuel; of Naphtali, Achira, the son of Enan. And these were the elect of the congregation, the princes of the tribes of their fathers. They were the heads of the thousands of Israel. And Moses and Aaron took these men that were pointed out by name. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the 2nd month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families, by the fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, by their polls. As the Lord commanded Moses, so did he number them in the wilderness of Sinai. And the children of Reuben, Israel's firstborn, their generations, by their families, by the fathers' houses, according to the numbers of names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. These were numbered of them, of the tribe of Reuben, were 46,500. Of the children of Shimeon, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, those that were numbered thereof, according to the number of names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Shimeon, were 59,300. Of the children of Gad, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Gad, were 45,650. Of the children of Judah, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Judah, were 314,600. Of the children of Issachar, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Issachar, were 54,400. Of the children of Zebulun, their generations, by their families, their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Zebulun, were 57,400. Of the children of Joseph, namely of the children of Ephraim, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Ephraim, were 40,500. Of the children of Manasseh, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Manasseh, were 32,200. Of the children of Benjamin, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Benjamin, were 35,400. Of the children of Dan, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to their number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Dan, were 62,700. Of the children of Asher, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Asher, were 41,500. Of the children of Naphtali, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Naphtali, were 53,400. These are that were numbered, which Moses and Aaron numbered, and the princes of Israel, being 12 men, they were each one for his father's house. All those that were numbered of the children of Israel, by their fathers' houses, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war in Israel, even all those that were numbered, were 600,000, 3,550. But the Levites, after the tribe of their fathers, were not numbered among them. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Howbeit, the tribe of Levi you shalt not number, neither shalt you take the sum of them among the children of Israel. But appoint you the Levites over the tabernacle of the testimony, and over all the furniture thereof, and over all that belongeth to it. They shall bear the tabernacle, and all the furniture thereof, and they shall minister unto it, and shall encamp round about the tabernacle. And when the tabernacle setteth forward, the Levites shall take it down. And when the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites shall set it up. And the common man that draweth nigh shall be put to death. And the children of Israel shall pitch their tents, every man with his own camp, and every man with his own standard, according to their hosts. But the Levites shall pitch round about the tabernacle of the testimony. There will be no wrath upon the congregation of the children of Israel. And the Levites shall keep the charge of the tabernacle of the testimony. Thus did the children of Israel, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses, so did they. All right, let's go back up to verse 1. As we continue, we are beginning the book. The word is and. Because we're still in that period of time, we're still in the period of time the Lord speaks to Moses in that he's the one that's drawn out, this one who has been rescued by the Hashem. In the wilderness, of course, that's the place where the words drive out, and in that place of Sinai or Sinai. The means to be thorny and to be covered with thorns, or that high place of the nations, as I like to use it to. All these, we got these things, these mistakes. And of course, the understanding is not that it's the people, but we allowed the ways to go on, to continue in the perversions of Hashem's laws. But it's going to be used as an example. It's, as we'll find out, it's the circle that goes around. Of course, we have to go all the way around the circle, and to finally we learn our lesson. In other words, once we have gone full circle, or have finally reached the end of it, and we gain understanding in our journey as we mature in life. But here we're going to go ahead and pick it up in verse 1. And the Lord spoke unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the tent of meeting on the first day of the second month, in the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying. So the Lord speaking to Moses. We have the places in the wilderness of Sinai in the tent of meeting. Of course, the tent of meeting is where that common understanding exists. It's in the Ark of Covenant. Of course, that's the law of Hashem. He gave each and every man in his own heart, and there we have the written covenant, or the written contract, provided by him. It was on the first day of the second month. The first day, of course, is always when it begins. The understanding of the second month. We can witness the lesser lights. Of course, a month just a portion of the greater understanding itself. It's in the second year. Now we can witness that greater understanding as well. This is after they would come out of Egypt, saying. And of course, to become out of Egypt is to exit that place. Egypt represented the place of bondage. Of course, bondage under sin, bondage under idolatry, bondage under these ways of men that were held over by written word, even in a sense to one might be led astray to take you the sum of the congregation of the children of Israel by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, every male by their polls. take you the sum of the congregation. So Moses has been commanded to count, to number, or to take a census, so to speak, of all the children of Israel, the ones who come forth from Israel. That's all the children. These are the seeds, the families, by their fathers' houses. And this is going to be according to the names of the children that were born unto Israel, and to count every male by their polls. And this poll is to do a head count in a sense, Gulgolet, the skull, or as a round, by each round or each head. So in order, and every man, or to count every man according to his age, as we'll find out. 3, from 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel, you shall number them. You shall number them by their host, even you and Aaron. So 20 years old and upward, and we'll find out, witness the law of the redemption. This is the age when one receives his responsibility. One becomes responsible for himself, and he has to take on this. We'll find out this as is to enter into the battle and into the war, so to speak. All these children of Israel, they shall number by their host, all of them, even you and Aaron. So Aaron's going to assist him. Aaron is the light bringer. 4, and with you there shall be a man of every tribe, every one head of his father's house. So with them, we'll find out there's going to accompany them a head of every tribe as they go through numbering them to count their numbers. They will be accompanied by the head of each tribe. 5. And these are the names of the men that shall stand with you. Of Reuben, Eliezer, the son of Shedeur. So these are going to be the fathers. These are going to be the names of them, these heads of their fathers' houses. Of course, that's the one who's going to be over. He's going to be like the overseer, the responsible. The law comes down as the law comes down. It has a chain of command, as we'll see. Eliezer, he's the son of Reuben. Reuben means to see a son. Reuben was the firstborn of Israel. Eliezer is the mighty one of the rock. He is the son, or the one that was born from Shedeur. Shedeur is the spreader of light. And light is to be looked at here. We'll figure out is the understanding spreading forth. 6, of Shimeon. Shelumiel, the son of. So the son of Shimeon. Shimeon is heard, as in hearing. Shelumiel. Shelumiel is the peace of the mighty one. He is the son of this one that was born from Zuri Shadahi. He was the son of Zuri Shadahi. Zuri is a rock, and Shadahi is the Almighty. So this is the rock of the Almighty. 7, of Judah, Nachshon, the son of Aminadab. Judah is praising, and Nachshon, he is the son of Aminadab. Nachshon is the enchanter or the whisperer. Aminadab. The nation of volunteers. 8, of Issachar, Nethanel, the son of Zuar. And Issachar is this bringer of the reward. He is the one that brings it. The Nethanel is that was given of the mighty one. He is the one that comes forth from Zuar. Zuar is this small, or it's little, but amounts to much. 9, of Zebulun, Eliab, the son of Elon. And Zebulun is that habitation, or place inhabited. Eliab, the mighty one of the father. Elon is the strong. Of the children of Joseph, of Ephraim. Elishama, the son of Amihud, of Manasseh. Gamaliel, of the son of Pedachzer. These children of Joseph. Joseph was this one that was given. He is the father of Ephraim. Ephraim is the two fruits. Elishama would be his son, the mighty one that hears. He would be born from Amihud, the nation of splendor, and of Manasseh, the other tribe of Joseph, this one that was given. Manasseh is those that forget. Gamaliel is the reward of the mighty one. He is the son of that one that comes forth, Pedaxer, or the rock of ransom. That price that is paid for the rock. 11 of Benjamin, Abidan, the son of Gideoni. And Benjamin is the son of my right hand. Abidan is the father of judgment. The one that come forth from Gideoni. Gideoni being this one that was warlike. Of Dan, Achiezer, the son of Amishadahi. And of Dan, of course, Dan is the judgment, the one who represents the judge. Achiezer, brother of strength, the son of Amishadahi, this nation of the Almighty. 13 of Asher, Pagiel, the son of Ochran. Asher, of course, is the progress, that step up and step forward of simultaneously. Pagiel being this occurrence of the mighty one. Ochran, the one who muddies, or the muddier. 14 of Gad, and that is in a sense to the one who tramples in the water. 14 of God, Eliasaph, the son of Deuel. And God is the troop. His son is Eliasaph. Eliasaph is the mighty one of the gatherer. He is the one that was born from Deuel. That is that which is known of the mighty one. Of Naphtali, Achira, the son of Anan. And of Naphtali, that's those of Wrestle. Achira, the son of Enan. And Achira is the brother of adversity. He is the one that was born from Enan, this one having eyes, or the ability to see. 16, these were the elect of the congregation of the princes of the tribes of their fathers' houses. These were the heads of the thousands of Israel. And these were all those that was the head, or appointed head. Hashem appointed them in head, or in charge, or to represent the thousands. And that's even the fulfillment of these things. 17, and Moses and Aaron took these men that are appointed out by name, and Moses and Aaron, of course, the one that was drawn out, and the light bringer, they took these men, these ones that was pointed out by name, as we'll find out. Hashem calls them by name, every one in their generations. 18, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, by their posts. And they assembled, all of them come together, every one of the congregation together, those that were summoned on the first day, and in the beginning of these understandings, they were summoned to prepare themselves for war of the second month, and we can witness that lesser light coming forth, and they declared their pedigrees. The pedigrees is their lineage, or their birthrights, after their families, according to the tribes they were from, by their fathers' houses, according to the house they were born under, according to the number of names, how many of them there were, from 20 years old and upward, by their folks. And from 20 years old, we can witness along the greater understandings of old, by their polls. Their polls is simply a head count, 19, and the Lord commanded Moses, so did he number. So did he number them in the wilderness of Sinai. So the Lord commanded, and that just like the Lord commanded, Hashem commands Moses, the one that's drawn out, so did they number. They did a head count and counted up the number of men that was ready for war in the wilderness of Sinai. This is before they go in. As we'll find out, the Lord is preparing them for battle, in a sense, to go in and exact judgment against those who have transgressed his ordinances and statutes. This is in the wilderness, that place where the words are driving out of Sinai. Of course, they're under the law there, learning not to be like all the other nations who practice idolatry. 20, and the children of Reuben, Israel's firstborn, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of their names. According to the number of names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. So here we go. We're going to change subjects as the fact that we're going to start, and not in the fact that we're counting the children, but the fact that these are going to be the names of their lineages. These are the children of Reuben. Those that come forth from the one who has seized the sun, Israel's firstborn, that is the one that contends with the mighty ones. Firstborn, or the one who was had the birthright in the beginning. Of course, we find out that he did lose it by their father's houses. And it was according to the number of names by the polls. According to the head count, this is how many of them there were. Every male that was 20 years old and upwards that was ready. Of course, that's the year you receive your total responsibility. One has done practice, and one is ready to witness the law for himself and to start being responsible. 21. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Reuben, were 46,500. Those that were numbered, this is how many of them there were of the tribe of Reuben, the one that sees the sun, or sees a sun. There was 46,500. 40, that's 4 tens, of course. 40 is a number that stands for probation, and as we find out, the work of Hashem in the law separating. 6,000, because it's a work of men, we find as well in the fulfillments of this. 500. 500 is grace in the judgments. And these are the children of Shimeon, the generations by the families, by their fathers' houses. Those that were numbered thereof, according to the number of names, by the polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, and all that were able to go forth to war. So this is how many of them there was from Shimeon. Those that had heard, all these that were born from him, and according to the generations. According to the number of the names and the days they were born, by their polls, by the head count, every male from 20 years old and upward that was responsible. 23. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Shimeon, 59,300. And this was those that, how many of them there was of Shimeon? Those that had heard, there was 50. Of course, there's always grace in the law, my friend. And truth, 9,000 is the fulfillment. 300, and it completes the judgment, as in for strength. 24. Of the children of God, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. So these were those that had prepared themselves for battle of God, of the troop, those that were born from him, those that were numbered of 25, those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of God, were 45,650. Those that were numbered of them, that was in this tribe, or in this group called God, the troop, were 45,000. 40, once again, there's the work of Hashem in the separation according to the law. 5, grace being fulfilled. 600, there's a judgment of men. And 50, of course, there's grace in the law. 50 is also the divine knowledge. Of course, to have grace in the law is to have that divine knowledge, my friend. 26, of the children of Judah, their generations by their families, by their fathers' house, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. All that were prepared for battle and made ready in their understandings of Judah. Those are praisings. 27. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Judah, were 314,600. So 314,000, of course, that's 74,000. 3 score is not a number that would probably be written. It would probably be 6 tens. We'll find out it's 7 tens in all. Or 3 score is 60. 3 20s. Of course, we get that completes the redemption, but 6 tens would be the same thing. There's 60 plus the 14,000 is 74. 74 it means to finish the law according to the work of Hashem in the fulfillments. And this 600, of course, that's the judgment of men. 28 of the children of Issachar, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war, these that have prepared themselves for battle of Issachar. Issachar, this one who brings the reward, according to generations, these were born from him. These that have made themselves prepared and were ready for war. 29, those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Issachar, were 54,400. So of the number, those that were counted of the tribe of those that was bringing the reward were 54,000. 50, because there's grace in the law. This 4, because it's a work of Hashem in the fulfillments of the work of the Lord in judgments. 30, As we'll find out, this is that which is coming forth. We'll see upon all the other nations. 30 of the children of Zebulun, their generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. These were prepared, trained, of Zebulun. This one of the habitation, the one who dwells there by the families. These were made responsible from 20 years old. Now we can witness law and the greater understanding. Those that inhabit the law. 31. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Zebulun, were 50 and 7,400. And there's grace in the law once again, my friend, to finish the fulfillments. It's the work of Hashem in judgment. Grace, mercy from is always the key. 32. Of the children of Joseph, namely of the children of Ephraim, their generations by their families of their father's house, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. These are those who were born from Joseph, that one that was given. And Joseph was the one that was sent to Egypt to prepare for his family, to dwell there for a period. Joseph is the one who was given, namely these ones, the children of Ephraim. He was given 2 tribes. Ephraim means two fruits, double-fruited. These were the ones after their family that had prepared themselves for war. 33, those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Ephraim, 40,500. These is how many of them there were of Ephraim, those that were double-fruited. There was 40,000. 40, my friend. 40 is probation. It's the work of the Lord in his separation of the law in this fulfillment. But 500, there is grace in the judgments. 34, the children of Manasseh, the generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. And 34, this is those of Manasseh, those that were born from Manasseh, those that caused to forget their generations and their families, even these that were prepared for war. 35, those that were numbered of them of the tribe of Manasseh were 30 and 2,200. And those that caused to forget, these children were born from them, prepared for war, were 30 and 2,200. That was just dedicated. 30 is dedicated. It completes the law. We'll find out to give it some strength. 2,000 we witness the fulfillments, and 200 we witness the judgments. That was the whole purpose of it in the beginning. 36 of the children of Benjamin, their generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. These are those that were born from Benjamin. That's the son of my right hand. Those who had prepared themselves ready for war. 37, those that were numbered of them, the tribe of Benjamin, were 30 and 5,400. And those of Benjamin, those of my right hand, were 30 and 530. Well, of course, that's dedicated. It's, once again, we complete the law with that for strength in this. 5,000, there's grace in the fulfillments, and 400 in these work of judgments of Hashem. Of course, that's always the law. 38 of the children of Dan, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' house, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. And these were the number of those of Dan, those of judgments, those that were numbered. 39 of them, of the tribe of Dan, were 62,700. This is how many? Dan, the judge, the one of judgment. 62,000. 60, most likely 6 tens. 6 tens is the work of man in the law. We find about 60 is always to complete the witnessing the law. These 2,000 witness the fulfillments of it. We find out it's the work of man in the law. 700, and it's to finish the judgments. The 6 days that you were. 40. Of the children of Asher, the generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. And this was the number of those of Asher, those that progressed, those that moved forward and upward. Those that were prepared for battle, 41. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Asher, were 40 and 1,500. And this is the number of them of Asher. That was those who were progressing. There was 41,000. 40. It's both those of probation, the work of Hashem, and the separation of the law, and 1,000 it begins the fulfillments, 500, and there's grace in the judgments of the children of Naphtali. Their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. These were those that were born from Naphtali, the one that wrestles, the rest. Their generations, those that was prepared, 20 years old and upward, for redemption, the greater understandings, 43. Those that were numbered of them of the tribe of Naphtali were 50 and 3,400. And those that were prepared and ready of Naphtali, those that wrestled, were 50 and 3,000. 50. There's grace in the law. It is the divine knowledge, my friend. These 3,000 to complete the fulfillments and make strong the fulfillments of 400. That's the work of Hashem in the judgment, to make it strong. These are those that were numbered, 44, which Moses and Aaron numbered, and the princes of Israel, being 12 men. They were each one of the fathers' houses. This is how many of them there was total. Or this is how many of them they numbered out of each house. And the princes, that's those that was over Israel. That's those that contend with the mighty one, being 12 men. 12's understanding, laws witnessed among men. They were each one of their fathers' houses, or under in that genealogy. 45, all those that were numbered of the children of Israel by the fathers' houses, from 20 years old and upward, and all that were able to go forth to war in Israel. This was all of them that were numbered of the children of Israel altogether. These that come forth from Israel, the one that contends with the mighty one, men as well. This is from their fathers' houses, 20 years old and upward, those that got to witness the law and redemption and the greater understandings. These are all those that was able to go forth to war, that were prepared. 46, and even all those that were numbered were 600,000, 3,550. So, the total number was 600,000, and we find ours the work of men and judgments and the fulfillments of these things. There's 3,550, 3,000. Of course, it completes the fulfillments of all of it. It completes the job, you might say. There's grace into the judgments, and 50. 50 is divine knowledge when we get the grace in the law. 47, but the Levites, after the tribe of their fathers, were not numbered among them. Of course, the Levites, the Levi, those that joined were excluded. They have a different purpose. Hashem has a different job for them. 48, and the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying. So, once again, changing paragraphs here, the Lord speaks unto Moses. There's one that's drawn out, the one that's been rescued. 49, howbeit the tribe of Levi you shall not number, neither shalt you take the sum of them from among the children of Israel. So you can number everybody, but don't number the Levi. Those that join, you shall not number. You can't take a total number of them or take the sum of them from among the children. They're not to be counted out of the children of Israel, or counted in the numbers, 50. But appoint you the Levi over the tabernacle of the testimony, and over all the furniture thereof, and over all that belongs to it. They shall bear the tabernacle and all the furniture thereof, and they shall minister unto it, and shall encamp around about the tabernacle. Because that's going to be their job, to bear the tabernacle. They are over the tabernacle, and they are over testimony. This was their job. They got separated out for this in the beginning. Those that join, or those that have the ability to join together. To the testimony, of course, that's the testimony is the witness. The testimony is the Ark of the Covenant. It's got the contract in it that you made with Hashem when you said you'd do what He's asked you to do in the beginning. Stay in accordance with His law. There's not very many of them, and they're not really very hard to do. One must apply itself and take responsibility for themselves. But they was over all of that, and over the furniture of it, over all that belongs to it, anything that concerned the tabernacle or the furniture of it. They should minister unto it, or take care of it. They shall camp round about the tabernacle. And this is going to be the position as we start to go through the positions, how the children of Israel are located according to the tabernacle. 51. And when the tabernacle sets forward, the Levites shall take it down. And when the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites shall set it up. And the common man that draws nigh shall be put to death. So this is their responsibility. When the tabernacle goes forward, they take it apart, they take it down and move it. The tabernacle is pitched. When it's set back up, the Levi sets it up. That's their job. That's those that join it together, those that put the two and two together, you might say, to get the whole thing. It's their job. Common man that draws nigh shall be put to death. It's not your job. 52, the children of Israel shall pitch their tents, every man with his own camp, every man with his own standard, according to their host. And the children of Israel shall pitch their tents. This is what they'll do. Those that come forth from Israel, that he contends with the mighty one. Those that contend with the mighty one, and men as well. Every man will pitch in his own camp, according to their names. We'll find out. Every man with his own standard. Standard is like a flag, represents who you are, according to their hosts, according to their numbers, their names. 53, but the levy shall pitch round about the tabernacle of the testimony, that there be no wrath upon the congregation of the children of Israel, and the levy shall keep the charge of the tabernacle of the testimony. So that's their responsibility to make sure nothing happens to that tabernacle. That place represents the agreement we all have, and the testimony, of course, that's the witness. It's got the covenant inside. It's the ark. Was fashioned after your heart, my friend. 54. Thus did the children of Israel, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses, so did they. And this is what they did. Just like Hashem said, they tried to protect. They protected it with their lives, the Levy did, according to all the Lord commanded Moses. And just like Hashem had told the one that was drawn out, this is exactly what they did. And we're going to move forward, of course, to chapter 2 of Numbers. Turn and return.